Thanks for coming back to the show. Let's face it, XRP is only days away from the biggest trade fight merger event we've ever seen. All of these ETFs from CME Future are worth $1 trillion, and they are all coming out at the same time. This isn't just talk. Structure is being built right in front of the market. Remember what I'm about to show you because it will change the whole plan for XRP people. Make sure you give that thumbs up. It's the best way to help the station, and the best part is that it's free. Also, if you haven't already, now is the time to subscribe to the channel. Let's begin right now. The CME is the move that no one is paying attention to, but always ends up being the most important. They just filed to add a spot quote on the future of XRP. The day is November 25th. That's not a filing that might happen someday. That date is set in stone at the world's largest controlled derivatives market, and they didn't just throw together a quick deal. This thing is smooth. Each contract is worth 250 units and is tied directly to the CME's XRPUSD standard. It is ready to trade on CME Globex and has been fully paid in cash. Institutions can also use it. In addition, they had Sol futures set up right next to it. It looks like they're making a whole crypto suite. Don't forget that the CME only does one thing. They only build infrastructure when institutions ask for it. That's right. So it's not a mistake that they list spot-priced XRP futures on their menu. Do not do that. That is a warning. Now we come to the big one. Franklin Templeton, it's right here. That's right. This is where the title really stands. We call him Frankie T around here, a giant worth $1.6 trillion that they might start trading their spot XRP ETF in a few days. They filed an updated S1 earlier this month, which got rid of the delay in cause, and they put themselves on a track that would work itself out. This is the same set of laws that were in place before the new faster approvals of crypto ETFs. XRP, Solana, and HBAR are your canary coins. Everything is set up the same way. Analysts point to the window that starts today, November 14th, which is when this video was made, and ends next Tuesday, November 18th. There isn't a set date for selling yet, but the filing tells you everything you need to know. Let me give you some background on this now. Canary Capital just put out a new offering called the Spot ETF, which made $58 million on its first day. That's really cool, but know that Canary is really small. There aren't any global pipelines or deep distribution pathways. Frankie T, this is not the same world. We're talking about pension plans, retirement funds, big investors, and estate wealth. When they go into a market, money won't just come in. It's going to pour in. Now zoom out because CME Futures is next week, right? Canary ETF is going to start trading. Frankie T is in line with it. Along with 21 shares, a group of other producers like Bitwise are right behind them. So this is what a coordinated liquidity on-ramp looks like, which is why the next word is just right on time, I believe, in cash. If you don't want to trade or swap your crypto, just hold on to it until you can cash it out. I'll go crazy if my wallet gets hacked, I click on a bad link, or I connect to a bad contract. That's what you always worry about. The premium safekeeping account from iTrust Capital is what you should use. It's a closed loop system, which means you don't have to worry about random external wallet risk, sketchy exit paths, or things you can't control. There is no other way to get your crypto than through a bank account. Institutional security is something that Fidelity, Coinbase, and Firebox can do for you. Award-winning help from the United States, right from California. There are no yearly or monthly fees, and there are no fees to join or leave. There is only a 1% fee to buy and sell. It's one of the least expensive ones available. That's why this is the place to put your long-term bag, whether it's XRP or Bitcoin or something else. That way, you won't have to worry about hacks and exit scams. My link is below. Hey, use my link to get $100 free when you fund your account. There's nothing wrong with that. Let us now talk about this xrprightnow.com story. Any information you need about Ripple and XRP can only be found here. The news is full of scary stories. Oh no, XRP just did a death cross. We should talk about what it really means instead of what Twitter and your Bitcoin experts say, which is that this is XRP's funeral. Death crosses have always shown up at the end of weakness, not at the start. Here's what we're doing now. It's up there on your screen. We'll make the part stand out. The 50-day, 100-day, and 200-day moving averages have all come together to form a tough resistant ceiling in the 255 to 260 level. That tells you something. People are selling every gathering. The smart money is waiting for that thing to happen. We have talked about downside supports on this channel, as well as my other channel, the Bullwinkle Blueprint, between $220 and $1.80. A lot of support is sitting down there. That's right, prices can drop there, but here's the crazy part. This exact pattern, this compression, this death cross, and this resistance attack is the same one that XRP printed before every big macro catalyst in the past. The part of the chart where we are is quiet, the load to spring event zone and the pressure cooker zone. Don't worry about what XRP is doing every minute of every day by looking at the daily picture. Take a step back. Think about your longer time frames. Look at a Friday and a Saturday. Leave your daily, 4-hour, and even 15-minute charts alone. This takes us right to the next section. And yes, the SEC did send out advice in secret. It's crazy to even think about it. The SEC is putting out advice. Even though Jay Clayton and Gary Gensler didn't do anything, they are now putting out advice to speed up the process of files. It's a quick way to get things done that are behind schedule. If an issuer didn't use the 8A trick, they can now get into this market right away once their paperwork is ready to go. Watch what goes down when they get back to work. Do you know why they did that? They don't want to go through all of the approvals that are sitting on their desk. They are giving these people advice so that they can improve themselves on their own as long as they do everything on the list. Who is going to come next? Well, Bitwise, the company that made Solana, is going to make an XRP, and Frankie T. As you read this, the second half of this month, your November, is turning into an ETF cluster. And the SEC has always agreed to a wave when they agree to one. At the regulatory level, your momentum is changing in the exact way you want it to. People, you can feel it. This brings us to NASDAQ. That's right, this is where things change. No, it's not just files. Remember when Ms. Friedman, CEO of NASDAQ, met Monica Long, president of Ripple, at Ripple's Swell event to talk about building the infrastructure for digital assets that will be used in the future banking system? This meeting isn't just for fun. There was a reason she was at Swell. This is the head of one of the most important markets in the world, sitting next to Ripple's leaders at the event's opening ceremony. This must have set the tone for the rest of the event, right? They're talking about how to integrate everyone. That's not PR, that is lining up. After that, Smoke wants you to hear this about NASDAQ. Pay attention, it will come if we can make it blow up here. Come on, let's close. Looks like it's coming. Not too long of a wait. Before this started loading, NASDAQ talked about the ISO 2022 ready assets such as XRP and HBAR. These are the assets that were made for messaging, payments, and settling that is easy to follow. We might be able to get it. There you have it. And we had to be very patient in between. It was a very Bitcoin year. But after the election, people became more interested in smart contract systems and other digital assets that can grow. They will gain a lot more from a new governing pavement. Ethereum came back to life. A lot of DeFi standards and other layers. The CoinDesk 20 ranking was up 88% for the year. No one's bingo card had the names of the best present constituents, right? There is Ripple, Stellar, and HBAR.